All right, y'all.
We're back.
We're back. We're Black and White Randomz podcast. I'm T, aka Scott. This is
Trish.
Alrighty. It's pretty much a podcast, guys, where we talk about
Random
random
stuff.
things.
Yep.
Basically.
Yep.
Some world events, sometimes popular topics,
Yeah.
viral topics. Who knows?
A couple of would you rather's recently. New. Those were new.
A couple
Yeah.
of would you rather.
Yeah.
You never know what might pop into my mind. Like movie extras, a bunch of random things. But if it's your first time joining us, hey,
Hello.
how are you?
Come back again.
Pretty much. Just make sure you either follow or subscribe depending on the platform.
Right.
It's a thumbs up, please. And we love to hear from you guys. Comment.
Yeah.
And if you guys have any suggestions, let us know in the comments.
Yeah, we're open to suggestions.
All right, so we get this thing started.
Okay.
Because we like to hop right in.
Anyway, okay.
So here it is. How would you describe our hometown to someone who has never been there?
It's misunderstood. I think first and foremost, because I think a lot of people shy away because of our crime rate, but we are really some of the nicest people.
We the most nice and ignorant people, though.
Exactly.
It's like a combination.
But like, there's a lot of instances where you have to earn someone being ignorant. Like, you know what I mean? We're not just off the bat, off the cuff rude.
No, it's if you forget your manners, though.
Yeah.
For a split second.
Exactly.
You're gonna get called out. So you might as well make sure your manners turned up when you get here.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, we never mentioned what the hometown was. Our hometown is Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
Technically speaking, we do not live in Baltimore right now.
Not technically, but that is where we're from, where we were raised. So yes.
Yes, we do not live in.
It's still home. It's always gonna be home.
We definitely moved back home-ish, but that's
kind of in the same vicinity, but not like there. Yeah.
We best friends, so it's what it is.
Yeah.
Anywho,
but yeah, I think misunderstood first and foremost, and secondly, we are, like you said, some of the nicest, most ignorant people.
Oh, absolutely.
But you have to earn it. Like we are not the way that we were portrayed in the media and all that. We're not just going to be rude and nasty off the bat.
No, that's really not.
No, it's not. You got to do something for a Baltimorean to do that, especially if they know you're coming for the first time, because we take it like we understand when people are coming for the first time. Like, we want you to come back. We just know you shouldn't stay. You don't want to stay here.
You really don't.
Yeah, come for a visit and leave. And that's fine.
So, I mean, that's one way to describe the city. I feel like if you were going to like explain, like, I don't want to say geography of the city, but like the mapping of the city, we'll go there.
Mm-hmm.
Baltimore is like a weird city, and only because like a lot of people are like, they're like, yeah, I watched The Wire, and I'm like, yeah, that's only like the area that they filmed in is like one of the projects in the city,
right?
For the most part, right?
Yeah,
that specific area. We have many projects in Baltimore City. Let's start with that.
Many.
Baltimore City is not super huge, but it's not exactly the smallest city either. Like it's like somewhere like it's small, but it's not like super small.
It's definitely densely populated, but the geography of it is not.
No,
not that large.
Of the city is not big.
No,
there's a nice population inside. Of
the
city. Right now it's like weird things going on with the city. Only because like gentrification is a real thing.
Mm-hmm.
And we've seen our city go through many changes over the last probably like 10 to 15 years.
Yeah.
Like our downtown area is starting to become more upscale. Which is odd because anybody that's ever been like that grew up here in the 90s, early 2000s, it's starting to look completely different.
It's weird. It's weird for us to. I don't care what they tell y'all. Don't y'all come down here, go swimming in that damn water.
Please do not get in the harbor.
I don't care what they tell you. Take it from a local. Don't you come down here getting that water.
You're lucky if you don't come out there and Johns Hopkins Hospital
snatch you up and make you a research project. Don't come and get in that water. You can come look at it. Don't get in it.
Talking about they tried to put cleansers in it.
There ain't enough cleansers in the world. Jesus himself would have to come touch that.
And they find bodies in there more than more than they used to. Actually,
yeah,
it's starting to be a popular thing now.
Yeah, they are.
So I would just say like Inner Harbor,
Come see it.
Come see it.
Our
Don't rent
aquarium
it.
is
Do not get
fantastic.
it.
Our aquarium is one of the best.
Yeah, the aquarium is definitely like
Yeah.
one of the best ones in the United States, actually.
Yeah, we do have a really good aquarium. Science Center's cool.
It is.
Don't go to the zoo either.
If you come in here for seafood, please talk to a local.
Yes.
Do not take your butt to one of
them chains.
That is not traditional Maryland seafood.
No.
I'm just gonna let y'all know. Y'all come here, and then there's been people that come here. Oh, it's not all that. The right about
because you went to the wrong places.
And then you tell me you went to Phillips or something, bro. Get my
face. Don't go to Phillips.
Do not go to none of the chain restaurants.
I know the original Phillips location is in Ocean City. I understand that, but I've been to the original Phillips. No. Don't go there.
Like I said, they're even say, Moses even decent.
Yeah.
But it's still not. Listen, I would say like for a first time Marylander, definitely get with a local.
Yeah.
If you're coming here for the first time,
never
been here, never had no seafood. Because like there's a bunch of random seafood spots that you wouldn't even think that really had.
Yeah, you're never gonna find them on Google, but
crabs,
they're fantastic.
Yeah. But yeah, we're known for seafood, so that's just one of those things. No. Also about the actual city itself, Lord have mercy. Our city is like it's really weirdly built, if that makes sense. So like you'll have an area where there's like projects, low income housing, and then you literally go 2 blocks up the street, make a left, and it's like mansions in the middle of the city.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like it is the weirdest artist. Like if you go over by Loyola, especially like this is a prime example.
Oh yeah,
Loyola College. We have Notre Dame, which is
the girls' school
or whatever. And then there's a college, Loyola University. Like they literally like right across street from each other. If you're in that like general area, like there's mansions, mini mansions, whatever you want. They're all in that area. But the crazy part is on any one of those blocks, if you go too far up and then swing a right or a left, you mean a hood. Is, like we built the city is crazy. But you can also say the same thing for like Jewtown, because Jewtown is really weird as well.
Yeah, it is.
Yes, we have Jewtown here where a lot of Jewish people live.
Yeah,
you walk through there like, or
we have a little Italy too.
People, like walking the streets.
Yeah,
don't nobody mess with them. That's their community. We leave them alone.
Yep.
However, you come anywhere that a couple of blocks or so, you're not in Jewtown no more.
Now.
That's like our Park Heights, Ricestown community. Like, if you hear anybody from Baltimore say anything about Park Heights, don't go up there.
Yeah, don't follow them.
Don't do that.
Don't follow them there.
Park Heights, you hit the avenue, don't take your butt over the avenue neither. Up the hill, down the hill. Don't go there either. It's one of those like you gotta know somebody from these places for you to roll around the city like that. And there's other areas that I'm not gonna mention. All I'm gonna say is please find you and attach yourself to a local when you get here.
Yeah.
If you don't, you're gonna be SOL for the most part. You on the wrong part of the city.
But that's true too. Like we've said, we've mentioned in some of our reaction videos. That's true for almost everywhere you go to. Like we can specifically speak about our hometown, but that's also true anywhere you go. You're better off knowing or being with a local who is willing to give you a heads up or show you around if they don't want to stay with you all day. At least give you a heads up on where you should, where you shouldn't go, what you should do. But definitely, if you can connect with the local.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I will hope the best. Okay. Anywho, we do have a couple, and Baltimore is a very historic city as well.
Oh yeah.
So you might want to start dibbling and dabbling into the history of Baltimore City, because we actually do have like also on top of it, there's a lot of monuments here. If you like a history buff or something like that. Also we have a lot of like historic museums and things of that nature. Fort McHenry, if you know anything about the battles and stuff and the Civil War and all that,
right?
Like Baltimore's a very historic city.
Oh yeah.
So love to see you guys. Just
go back home when you're done.
Yeah.
Go back home when you're done. There's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that. I love my city though. I love my
Absolutely.
city. It's crazy at times. Okay. Anywho.
Mm-hmm.
So we forgot to mention Baltimore City also has like a really deep like dance culture here is like crazy.
Oh
We
yeah.
have our own style of dance,
I'm
our
surprised
own
that
music,
wasn't one of the
whatever, and
first
it
things
kind
you
of
said.
coincides with like now Jersey, Philly, and then some parts of New York or whatever. Like, if you gonna come here, learn about the dance culture too.
And a lot of
It'd be interesting.
pioneers in the club music whole genre came out of Baltimore. A lot of the pioneers of all that.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Well, we're gonna skip on to the next topic. All right, so top three celebrity men you would shoot your shot at if gender roles weren't a thing.
Oh, you know my number
And
one.
you know, it because I feel like now like women try to make it a norm to go approach dudes, but I'm like,
Yeah,
it's
it's
not really
really
a norm.
no, it's not. And
It's
it's I
not.
don't
We
think it
just try to
should
make
be.
it the norm because whatever.
You know who my number one is?
Well, you go ahead and state your number one because
It's
I
The
know who it
Rock.
is.
Oh, it's The Rock. That's my husband. Like that's he always has been. Always. If we're this
Well,
friendship, we don't
let's say
argue.
we got audience outside the United States and other places that might not know who The Rock is.
How do you
They might know
nah?
him by Dwayne Johnson.
If y'all didn't know who he was, I'm sorry. Anyway,
I mean, they might know who he is, but they might know him by Dwayne
this
Johnson.
friendship does not argue over who gets Jason and who gets The Rock. She gets Jason all day, every day.
I mean, can I list my three?
No, I'm just saying, like, you know how some people do that whole arguing, like, no, you've never heard people do that?
No, people do, but that ain't us. So I don't.
And that's what I'm saying. That's not us. Obviously, The Rock. The Rock. Damn, I love him so much. Who would be after? Who would come after him? I don't even know who would come after him. I don't know about in a romantic kind of way, but Johnny Depp, I would definitely
I can see him
be willing to walk up to him.
I feel like he's on most women's lists.
Yeah.
Somewhere. It could be the top 3, top 5, top 10. Don't
Yeah.
He's on there somewhere.
He should. Yeah, I feel like he should be on some people's list. Absolutely, he was definitely on my list. I don't know if it would be like an attraction type of thing, but I really would just like to. He would be really fun to like go to a bar with or something, cut up with, have fun. A number 3.
I mean, that was a shoot your shot though. So
That's true. That's true.
Put him on a list. You must be some type of attracted.
I'm not gonna say I'm not. He a little bit older, but we can work with that. Who would be number 3? I don't know who would be number 3. I feel like the teenage me would be mad at me if I didn't say AJ. Backstreet Boys AJ.
Okay.
She would be mad at me if I didn't say that. Cause still something about him, absolutely, I'm still kind of into. Definitely.
See, we're gonna get one from childhood. See, my 3 is gonna be split.
Yeah, he would be the only one that's left from that era of my life.
Listen, so we're gonna go on number 1, which is always gonna be Jason Moore at the top of my list. It's something about that man. Lord have mercy.
I also appreciate the look of him, but
listen, he like to throw me through a wall, so I'm happy about that.
If you like it, I love it.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do splits for 2 and 3. So 2 would be shared by like Shamar Moore.
Oh,
and because Shamar Moore, like the latter part of my teens, early 20s, I was like, damn, like that man actually is fine. But Joe Manganiello.
Oh yeah.
I was that split right there.
My mother would have appreciated the Shamar comment. She loved him she loved her some Shamar too.
Oh my god.
Okay, yeah, Joe too. Oh, the guy who plays Reacher. The guy who plays Reacher.
He like a Lord, that's a heavenly piece. I'm trying to leave him alone, but he's super Christian. I'm leaving him alone on the other side.
We can appreciate from afar.
I can.
Yes, that's as far as that goes. We can appreciate from afar.
Number 3 in my split. If we're gonna go off of purely like just like childhood, like first, like crushes, it would have to be like probably like Justin Timberlake and like Tommy from Power Rangers, bro.
Oh
Like,
man, Tommy. Yeah.
like the White Ranger, White/Green Ranger,
Yes.
or
Yeah,
Mighty
Tommy.
Morphin Power Rangers. God rest his soul. But
Yeah.
like, they would have been like my it factor.
Yeah. Definitely Tommy. I feel like most girls our age had a thing for Tommy. I feel like that was really common. He was.
However,
Uh-huh.
knowing me, you know, I don't care nothing about no color.
No, you
If
don't.
I'm attracted to the guy, I'm attracted to him, so I don't care. There's
You,
probably many more guys on this list
yeah.
of
That's
all
just what
previous
jumps up.
backgrounds and some more stuff. So I don't know.
That's just what jumps up. But yeah,
That's
definitely.
what's sticking right this second as like forethoughts that I can think of.
Yeah.
Um,
Mm.
mhm.
I'm telling y'all something about The Rock, man. I can't explain it.
Mhm.
I
I
can't.
mean, I feel like his personality drew you in regardless.
Oh yeah.
But
But
he has some good
it's
game. He
obviously
does
more than
look
that.
good. But all right, so moving along.
Okay.
All right, some of these men on these podcasts are ridiculous these days, right?
Yeah.
So the reason why I'm having an issue with some of them because they have contradicting statements and somebody needs to snatch their mics. Like, it's just getting ridiculous. So how the heck are you going to say, and this is all in the same breath,
Oh god.
you don't want to take care of a woman in a provider sense,
Okay.
but you mad that women can take care of themselves? Like, a lot of them will tell you, like, flat out in the same breath. You let them keep talking, it's like, I don't want to take care of that woman. But then she too strong, she got this, she got that, da, da. So you do want to take care of her. You absolutely
Right.
do. Or
Like
you want her, but you don't want her to be a bum. What do you want her barely like scraping the ground? I'm confused. Like,
so you want her going
it's
out and making the money, but because you don't want to provide monetarily, but you don't want her doing everything else for herself?
it's wild.
If she going out and paying the bills and everything on her own, what does she need you for? Like
It's like
seriously.
they are battling their masculine.
What makes you such a catch?
It is the wildest thing to hear somebody say something like that.
Yeah.
It's like,
It doesn't make any sense.
you claim you're a masculine man, you're this, you're that, but in the same breath, you don't want to provide. Okay,
That's not
sir.
masculine. That's not
These are
masculine.
also the same men that want to go 50-50 on everything with a woman. Like, that is also, like, absolutely absurd. Stop it.
I get that times have changed, but y'all still want traditional women. Y'all still want the
They
women
do, but then they want to be
raising the
independent.
kids,
That
cleaning the
don't even make
house, cooking the
sense.
meals, doing your laundry, but you also want her working a full-time job. So you want her working a full-time job, paying half the bills and carrying the household on her back.
And taking care
How
of
does
them.
that make sense?
And I'm gonna tell you really what it is. And it was the era of the first strong woman that had to be strong because the fathers wasn't in the household, meaning the kids that were born, majority of the kids that were born between the 80s and 90s, that was like the eras of the single parent household. It was the prominent like eras for the single parent household, which
Mm.
was mainly the mom taking care of the kids inside of the household.
Yeah.
So because they saw their mom struggling and doing, you would think it would be the reverse. Like, I saw my mom going through all this extra, like she needed a
Right.
man or some type of father figure for me, and it just wasn't there. And they just like running and doing the opposite shit. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. I saw this guy I guess he would be a millennial. He might be the like the top of the millennial, like the older millennial. But he was saying he had he single mom, and I think he had a sibling, maybe two.
Mm-hmm.
But he said his mom used to do this thing they called the screaming game. And every so often they would all just scream as loud as they could with no prompting. He said as a kid, he thought that was fun, but as an adult, he realized his mother was fighting off a nervous breakdown. So by having the kids participate, she got to let out her frustration. And he was like, he said, I called her and apologized for like not understanding. But how could you have understood when you were a kid? You would not have
Especially if
caught
you're a
that.
naive kid.
Right.
Certain kids are emotionally intelligent and would have picked up on that eventually.
Right.
Maybe not the first couple of times, but like maybe the second or third time they started feeling weird about it, and
Right.
they thought about it and whatever, then it
Yeah.
probably would have clicked.
Like men, y'all need to understand just because we can doesn't mean we want to. Just because we can do it all don't mean we want to. Like they gotta get
No,
that
this
out of their heads.
generation's like on average like the amount of men that are going to be affected in Gen Z by the podcasters that are relating to the hurt little boys
Oh
within
yeah.
them is like ridiculous
Oh yeah.
because they won't get healed. They won't find help for how they feel
Nope.
about these women. And don't get me wrong, there are some young women that are playing the part in how these men are starting to react.
There are.
But in hindsight, like men don't want us to say that there's no good men out there. You can't say in the same breath there's no good women out there because there are. You guys are running around the same circles of women that are battered or have abusive traits or emotionally unstable narcissistic habits,
Right.
and keep running to these same women because you keep putting out the same energy in the universe. Like you get
Right.
like you're putting it out there, and or it's something within you that likes whatever they're dishing out. So you're attracted to it, but then you hate it all at the same time.
That's true.
So like some people just need help.
Oh, absolutely.
All right. So
Mm-hmm. Uh-oh.
so
Like that look on
men
your
claim
face.
women don't know what they really want, right?
Okay.
So can you actually describe what it is that you want in a man and what are you actually attracted to? And this can be both characteristics like qualities in within him as well as like physical attributes, traits, whatever.
To be the most honest I can be with the internet, I am still defining that. Like, truthfully, I'm defining that. Because I am at a point in life where thought I had defined it and realized I never defined it. So I'm really still working on defining that. So I can't fully describe that yet.
Interesting.
And I think a lot of people are in that same position right now.
I feel like that's why I was single for so long. Like at a point, went out there, did what I was gonna do, and then sat back.
I would say that might be the smarter way
Also,
to go.
possibly. I mean, at the end of the day, like if I was to make a list right now, at the
Mm.
top of the list, the guy got to be Christian, Christian values, Christian faith. I don't mean like tightroping in and out outside of Christianity. I don't mean
Right.
that. I need somebody that can guide me as well as like meet me in the middle of where I am with my walk.
Right.
Right. Also, somebody that's gonna provide for a household.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have kids yet, so like that is for the eventually in my future, hopefully
Mm-hmm.
moving along, God willing.
Mm-hmm.
But somebody that can actually like meet me in the middle when it comes to like possibly creativity or like making time to hang out and do things outside of the home. I'm fine with that. Like, let's explore, let's find something to do, whatever. It ain't got to be every day, but once, like, be intentional about dates and stuff like
She's
that.
down for a random adventure, future whoever you are. She's down for a random adventure.
Oh, absolutely. I feel like
Just
there's a lot
helping
of
you
guys that
out.
don't know how to plan.
Right.
So if you can do that and plan out a date, yeah, I'm not saying it has to be the most romantic because most men are not like super romantic anyway. Like that's not a thing for them.
Sometimes effort is really all that they need to put forth.
That's it. Like I don't need all that extra additional whatever. But common interest and understanding that I'm the chick you can take to all the sports venues, sports games.
She's actually going to know what she's talking about.
Whatever. I ain't got to be a homeboy, but like.
Not me sitting here trying to sell. She knows what she's talking about when you go to these games. I'm just saying.
But also, I was a daddy's girl and I grew up in sports, so that's completely different.
Absolutely.
But just somebody that's like an all-in, like genuine person. Like, and you could say a good person, but no, somebody that actually wants to be a father and not just have a child. That'd be great. As well as wanting to be an actual active partner, husband, instead of just wanting a wife.
Right.
So there's a difference.
Oh, absolutely.
So I don't know. That's the top of my list. As far as attractability, like eventually, like I'm an active person here and there. More here than there lately because other part things are going on around my life right now. Once that's settled, be back in the gym. Yeah. Not saying we got to go to the gym together.
Yeah, some people don't like to go to the gym together. And some do and some don't. Fine. Yeah.
That is absolutely fine. That might be his time to take care of whatever he needs to take care of mentally, whatever.
Yeah.
Get it. All right. Since you didn't have nothing,
I'm still defining it, and I would I'd be sitting here tumbling through thoughts. It wouldn't be very clear thought out at all, because I'm still trying to get it together myself. I'm still trying to get myself together. Let alone think about what I want from somebody else right now. What do I need from me?
all right. So
Mm-hmm.
this is a statement. Lamar Jackson is still underrated.
He is, and I feel like he always is going to be. I don't know what he could do. I don't even think, even if he wins the Super Bowl, I still don't think he's going to be valued properly.
He was never going to be valued coming out of college from the jump. First of all, he got picked late in like the draft anyway, because nobody wanted to pick him up. Because he was, even though I think he's a Heisman Trophy winner too, because
That's
he
crazy.
was like that running quarterback. They had like people like, oh no, he can't throw, so I don't want him. He proved y'all wrong.
It sure did.
And in fact, he has 2 previous MVP seasons. His stats this season have already topped both of those seasons, and we're midway through the season.
When they do decide to talk about something other than a negative review of him, that is what they're talking about.
It is.
Yeah.
It is the wildest crap ever. And also, I feel like because he was the first running, like, I'm not going to say the first running, but because he wasn't, there were 2 or 3 other black quarterbacks before him that could run and were agile and all this other stuff. But he's the poster child for this new era of quarterbacks that people are starting to draft. Like, he's the prototype. But they don't want to give him his flowers.
No, they don't.
He hasn't won a Super Bowl yet. They like, oh no. And I'm like, there's plenty of other quarterbacks in the league that y'all put on a pedestal, like a Joe Burrow. He don't have a Super Bowl. A Josh Allen, he doesn't have a Super Bowl. Like, but y'all would try to throw them in the same category as him.
Right. Yeah. I also feel like the way that he's embraced the community, especially the inner city community, is also hindering their view of him, because he has really truly embraced Baltimore.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, there are times when he talks, you can't tell us he's not from here in another life. He was from here in another life. You cannot tell us otherwise.
Yeah, he could be from Baltimore. I feel like his stats are starting to speak for themselves.
Yeah.
But that Super Bowl is going to solidify him being one of the best quarterbacks of all time is going to be the issue. Like, you're going to have people that's like, well, Brady had this and da. He's arguably had one. This season right here is better than some of Brady's by far.
Yeah.
And we'll see what happens moving forward. And hopefully he does get his flowers at the end of the season.
I hope so. From somewhere other than Baltimore. Because we're giving them to him as everybody else.
It's disheartening to like literally turn on ESPN, Fox Sports, or whatever other channels have sports news on them, and literally hear them just dog walk him. And now, like, you have certain commentators that are starting to come around, but like, it's bad when Baltimore City, like the Ravens, will be playing at home. They're the only team that can be playing at home, and the announcers will big up the other team. The other team could be like total ass, compared to the Ravens. I mean, they will talk about them players the whole time. I'm like, bro, they'll mention Lamar once Lamar makes a really good play, but other than that, you won't hear too much about Lamar Jackson in the game. It is crazy to me.
Yeah, it is. It's definitely crazy.
All right. Well, moving along. So this generation is backwards as hell.
Yes.
They will ask you why you don't have kids, like men. They will literally ask you why you do not have kids, but all in the same breath, they will never will never ask you why you're not married.
Ooh.
Why is it that we gotta ask about kids before we ask about anything? Hey, you got kids? You didn't ask me if I was worthy enough to be someone's wife, or
because they don't care. They don't want to take care of somebody else's child. They've decided that men, I feel like, have been for years now have been having a conversation very publicly about it's hard to find a woman who doesn't have kids already by the time you meet them and get with them. So you want to be the first baby daddy? Because that question gives baby daddy energy. That's not giving husband energy.
The whole thing is wild within that stuff because I feel like even women are starting to get to that point where they're, hey, you got kids.
Yeah.
You didn't even ask me if I had a husband or anything. Like
Right.
you asked me if I flat out had kids. And on top of that, that is the most ignorant question in the world. You don't know if that woman was having fertility issues.
Yeah.
Like you have no idea.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to stop asking people about what's happening in their uterus. It's none of your business.
Like it's none of your business.
None.
But why do we live in a society where having a husband is or having a family core is not at the forefront of somebody's thinking? Like you assuming that I should have kids in whatever capacity that is. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. You're right though.
Like let's have the whole home first. Like let's do that first.
Let's do that let's do it the traditional way. The right way.
No, but that shows you the type of society we live in because that's why so many people are eager to accept the Nick Cannons and the Cam Newtons of the world or whatever. These men that keep just running around having a bunch of kids all over the damn place.
That's true. Meanwhile, people are clowning Russell Wilson.
Right. For having his wife. And yes, he did take on his stepchild, but that stepkid basically his damn kid at this point.
Yeah.
Because Future ain't no way around. And you still gonna have black man, she need to let that man see his kid. She was trying to get him to come see his kid. He wouldn't.
Yeah.
Y'all missed that communication.
They ignored it because it doesn't feed their narrative.
Talking about Future. Future got 50 million kids all over the United States, and you talking about him coming to see one child. That man raising that man's child. Future ain't raising none of his other kids, so what difference do it really make? He visit them from time to time.
Yeah, the fact that Russell Wilson gets clowned like that, and y'all like she said are applauding the Nick Cannons and the Cam Newtons. That's a deviation from the way that everything should be going.
They want to call him soft because he's a follower of Christ. That's crazy. Because he's actually living the lifestyle of a man that's a follower of Christ.
Yep.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Y'all try to crucify that man for living the way he's supposed to.
But meanwhile, he's living his best life and could care less. Like literally, they could care less.
Literally.
Right.
All right, man.
Okay. Uh-oh.
Next question.
Oh boy.
I don't even want to say this question. It's more of a statement, and I can see what opinion you get ready to have already. But I'm gonna go ahead and read this. So apparently, this bridesmaid was canceled on from being in the wedding.
Why?
She had a cancer diagnosis, and the bride to be was worried about her hair loss from chemo.
I know you lying.
You exited her from the bridal party.
You lying.
I promise you. It's simple right now.
You need new friends. Hey,
how you doing?
We'll be your friend. We'll go fight her. Because that's ridiculous.
That is wild.
That was your concern? That was your concern?
You went through one of the hardest times of your life.
Right.
And my thing is, who said you couldn't be beautiful up there with head wrap on or whatever?
Right. Maybe you want to get a wig. Maybe you don't. And if you don't, sis, we're going to shine your head up and make sure you are just shiny.
Right.
You're going to be nice and shiny. Do you want to put temporary tattoos on the lid? What do you want to do? Because at that point, me as the bride, what do you want to do for you to feel okay? Like if you want to back out because it's your choice, that's one thing. But how do you back someone out because they're fighting cancer?
Wow.
Ooh.
She didn't want her in her pictures. That is the most.
If I were the rest of that bridal party, I would have walked. If I was someone else, I'd have walked.
These girls are so damn narcissistic.
And shallow. Y'all are so shallow.
It is shallow as shit. But it also showed me that you really don't care about people.
No.
Like at all. Period.
No.
Unless it's you. And my thing is this, how you're treating her, you could end up having cancer in your life.
You very well could. What goes around comes around.
Man, that is absolutely crazy.
How do you
even treat somebody like that?
How do you sleep at night being that kind of a person? Like no. Whoever she is, you're trash.
My thing is,
you are absolute trash.
You know what? I was about to say something about the husband out of my mouth.
Poor him.
But you
Yeah.
know, not even him
Mm.
in general.
Okay. Yeah,
You know,
you
sometimes when they close to weddings, people find out certain things about these spouses, and you better hope that he already ain't out there doing some goofy off the wall stuff, and he probably is. Based on your personality, you probably marrying just a shithole of a person, especially if
probably.
he's accepting that, because that is crazy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. How
Because
do
I
you?
can't see the husband being like, "Hey, like I know such and such was in the wedding. What
Right. What
happened?"
happened?
And you going, "Oh, I had to dismiss her from the bridal party because I don't want her messing up my photos." And my thing is,
Mm.
there's a ton of things that you can do for somebody that might be losing hair or missing hair from chemotherapy. And the fact that she still wanted to do your wedding in the first place, knowing she's going through chemo and she's
Right.
weak, is like that's a true friend.
That's a right. And you were a trash friend. You had a real friend, and you were a trash friend.
Ain't no way.
No.
Mm. Oh, I just said it. Oh my. Oh God.
Yeah, we be
Anyway,
fighting.
we y'all, we about to end this on this note because this topic making me upset now that I'm
Yeah,
thinking
me
about it.
too. Is yeah, y'all terrible. Y'all are terrible for shit like
Nah,
that.
man. But you guys, please make sure you like,
Comment,
share,
subscribe.
hit that notification bell for us, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Bye.